Continuing coverage right now as Erie City Council has approved more than $2 million. They did that today in stormwater sewer repairs. It is part of a multi-million-dollar plan to fix Erie's crumbling infrastructure. You know that well.
Very well. That's on top of millions that they've already spent addressing sewers. More than a year ago, we brought you a special report detailing the scope of the problem with the wastewater sewers and its already deadly effects. People have died because of this. Tonight we have an update as long overdue sewer repairs continue.
These will just, as it rains, as water gets behind, they'll just start falling.
Erie's stormwater sewers are falling apart.
You can see this crack.
Crumbling, centuries-old pipes are washing away, creating deadly sinkholes as the ground gives way. It's a problem we dove into more than a year ago.
You were walking through the actual pipes. I believe I caught part of that.
In that special report, we showed you the sewers near Garrison Run, which had recently failed, swallowing part of the lumber yard at Frontier Lumber.
An issue with the joints on the top.
Other sections of pipe we found were barely hanging on.
You saw firsthand what happened. We had two catastrophic failures in Garrison Run. The first one impacted Frontier Lumber, and the second one impacted a residence just on the south side of East 5th, where the pipe actually, failures in the pipe caused the flooding in the basement, so that could have been catastrophic.
Since that report, the city has moved swiftly to address the issue, allocating more than $5 million for a series of repair projects one's council members say are overdue.
It's critical infrastructure, and it's something that we need to take a look at, and we probably even need to take a closer look at it over the long term.
After years of largely lying dormant, sewer projects are now a priority at the Public Works Department. Charts of each plan line the walls, tracking each repair from idea to completion.
There's a little bit of pressure in order to get all these projects accomplished.
A ticking time bomb beneath your feet, a problem put off for decades, but one that's now being repaired so you can forget about it once more for years to come.
You don't see them, you expect them to work, and the only time you think about them is when they fail. And when you have catastrophic failures, that's when you really notice them.
It absolutely is. We talked about those catastrophic failures. About 3-4 years ago, actually, there was a sinkhole created because a sewer gave way. Basement walls then caved in a house, and people died because of it. So again, this is not a nothing problem. You don't think about it because when was the last time you thought about sewers? But it is potentially deadly. On top of spending millions in COVID relief money improving the sewers, the city last year also approved a stormwater runoff fee. That'll create an annual pool of money to address just stormwater sewer repairs. Studies suggest that it is way, way cheaper to keep up with maintenance rather than to have something go horribly wrong. Then you've got to go in and redo the entire thing. So yes, it's an added expense right now that nobody likes, but if you wait until things fail, the bill just goes up, up, up.
It's almost like if you want to simplify it, maintaining a car. You got to keep up with the routine maintenance.
You have to keep up with it, and a lot of these sewers are over 100 years old. They've lasted a long time. They've done their job well, but at some point, everything has a shelf life.
You saw it firsthand.
Absolutely.